The air inside the old wooden dojo felt heavy that evening. The sun poured golden light through the tall windows, casting long shadows across the polished floor. Every step echoed. Every breath was heard. And every eye in the room was fixed on them, two young women, standing side by side, their fists clenched, their expressions unreadable. They weren't wearing flashy belts or special uniforms, just plain white GIs with no rank markings. To most, they looked like beginners. Easy prey. But they weren't here for applause. They weren't here for show. They were here for payback. The taller of the two, Hannah, had a thin scar just above her eyebrow, a silent reminder of the last time she stepped into this place. The smaller one, Mina, had her hair tied in a tight braid, her knuckles wrapped neatly in white cloth. She was quiet, almost too quiet. Across from them stood three of the dojo's star fighters, men with black belts, broad chests, and the kind of arrogant smirks that said they thought this was already over. One of them stepped forward, cracking his knuckles. Well. The twins came back. Didn't think you'd have the guts. Hannah's lips curled slightly. We're not here to talk. The backstory, 1 year earlier. A year ago, Hannah and Mina had joined this very dojo, eager to learn. Their father had been a martial artist before he passed away, and the girls wanted to honor his memory by training in the art he loved. But instead of discipline and respect, they found something darker. The top fighters mocked them from the start, calling them weak girls, telling them they'd never last. They tripped them during sparring, laugh at their mistakes, and push them aside when lining up. One night, during a mixed sparring session, Mina had been thrown hard to the ground by one of the black belts, much harder than necessary. Her head hit the mat with a sickening thud. Hannah rushed to her, but before she could help, one of the guys sneered. Maybe you should stick to yoga, sweetheart. They left that night humiliated, angry, but burning with determination. The training montage. The twins didn't quit martial arts. They just quit this dojo. They found a small, humble training hall outside of town run by a retired female fighter who had once been a national champion. Her name was Sensei Yuki, and she didn't care about ranks or titles. She cared about heart. Strength isn't about muscle, Yuki told them. It's about control. It's about knowing when to strike and when not to. 4 months, Hannah and Mina trained harder than they ever had in their lives. Mornings began with 3-mile runs, afternoons were spent drilling techniques, and evenings ended with sparring sessions that left them drenched in sweat. They learned counters for bigger opponents, sweeps that could take down anyone, and striking combinations so fast they blurred. But more than anything, they learned to fight together. Back to the dojo, the challenge. Word got around that the twins were training again. Eventually, the cocky black belts heard the rumors, and they didn't like it. So, when Hannah and Mina walked into the dojo unannounced, the place went silent. The head instructor raised an eyebrow. What brings you back? Hannah's voice was steady, a match. You pick your best fighters. The smirks returned instantly. 3 black belts stepped forward. The instructor shrugged. Fine. 3 rounds. First to 3 points wins. Round 1 underestimation hurts. The first fighter was tall, muscular, and clearly enjoying the attention. He bowed lazily, eyes locked on Mina. The whistle blew. He lunged fast, aggressive, trying to overwhelm her. But Mina sidestepped like water flowing around a rock. His fist cut through air. Her counter was instant, a clean front kick to his midsection that knocked the breath out of him. Point 1, Mina. His face flushed red. He charged again, but she swept his legs mid-step. He crashed down hard. Point 2, Mina. The crowd murmured now. It wasn't supposed to be this easy. He came in desperate for a grab, but Mina slipped under his arms, spun, and delivered a back kick that stopped him cold. 3 points. Fight over. Round 2, Hannah's turn. The second black belt looked angrier, more serious. He bowed sharply, then came in with calculated precision. Hannah blocked, parried, and countered with crisp punches. He was good, but he was predictable. He went for a high roundhouse kick. Hannah caught his leg mid-air. One sharp twist, and he hit the mat before he even knew what happened. By point 2, sweat was dripping down his temples. Hannah fainted low, then snapped a jab into his chest, knocking him backward. Point 3. Round 3, the twin strike. The last fighter, the one who had slammed Mina a year ago, stepped forward. His grin was pure venom. "Let's make this interesting," he said. "Both of you. Against me." The instructor hesitated, but Hannah and Mina nodded without fear. The fight began, and the black belt came out swinging wild, powerful blows aimed to intimidate. But every punch he threw met empty air, every kick was countered. Hannah struck high, Mina swept low. Hannah feinted left, Mina landed a spinning backfist. The man stumbled, overwhelmed. They moved like mirror images, one thought, one rhythm. Finally, Mina dropped low for a leg sweep while Hannah's palm strike connected with his chest. He hit the ground so hard the dojo floor seemed to shake. Hannah stepped forward, standing over him. "You're done." The silence after the storm. The room was dead silent. The same fighters who had laughed at them a year ago now stared in disbelief. The instructor cleared his throat, but no words came. Hannah and Mina bowed respectfully, then turned to leave. At the door, Mina glanced back. "Martial arts is about respect," she said softly. "You should remember that."